Well, hi there. I am ready for some cake. How about you? So, today what I'm going to try and do is experiment a little bit with a cake mix and make it taste like homemade. Now, I know you guys have probably seen some recipes on the internet where they say you can take a cake mix and make it taste homemade by adjusting the ingredients that are in there. So I want to experiment just a little bit differently tonight with a Duncan Hines chocolate, Swiss chocolate actually, cake mix. And this is the box. So I've got my bowl here and my hand mixer. So I'm going to pour my dry ingredients in the bowl. I'm sorry you can't see this, but I can't get the camera low enough to record everything. Not just yet. I'm working on it. Okay. And of course the box calls for 3 eggs, a cup of water, and a half a cup of vegetable oil. What I'm going to add is 1/4 cup of sugar to my dry ingredient. And I'm just going to take my spoon before I use my mixer and kind of stir that up. I'll let you see what I'm doing here. I'm just adding in the sugar. Okay. Now, I'm not going to put any water in this at all. I'm kind of following the classic pound cake recipe where there is no milk added. It's just your eggs and your butter. And then we're going to do sour cream. So I've added my 1/4 cup of sugar into my dry ingredient. And now I'm going to add my 4 eggs that I've cracked. And I'm going to add those in slowly with my mixer. Okay, now you can tell that that's pretty thick because the mixer is kind of slowing down a little bit. So, now I'm going to add my half a cup of vegetable oil, which I'm using melted butter, and 1 stick is a half a cup. So we're going to put this entire stick of butter in here, melted butter, and we're going to beat that. Okay, we don't want to overbeat it. Okay, now I'm going to add 8 ounces of sour cream. And usually your container is, if you get the 16-ounce container, which this is, you're going to use about half. So we're going to scoop that out. Uh-oh. Okay, and that's going to make it nice and creamy. And one secret to cake baking and mixing is to make sure that all of your ingredients are room temperature. So you want to set your eggs out, and any other liquid, your butter of course is going to be melted, so it's going to be room temperature, and that's going to help everything to blend rather than taking cold eggs out and trying to blend them into the other room temperature ingredients. So we're going to blend this sour cream in. Kind of see what's going on here. Okay, smells delicious. I'm going to make sure I don't have any dry mixture around the side of the bowl. So you want to take your spoon and just go around the bottom of the bowl where the dry mixture has a tendency to settle. And make sure that that's all blended in well. Now I have already greased and floured my pan. This is a loaf pan I'm going to use. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the pan up a little more than halfway. And see, I may be able to get 2 cakes out of this mix. So we'll just try it and see how this works out. Pop my... mixture. You can see what I'm doing. I'm knocking off the excess cake mix off my mixture. Okay, does anybody still lick these? You can have them. Okay, so here we go. My oven is reheated to 350 degrees. This is a nice, thick, rich batter. Look at that. And so we're going to put this into our pan. And I think it's going to be just perfect. And sometimes when you use a cake mix, it's not a whole lot of batter. So we're going to see how this turns out. Okay. So we're going to shake this around a little bit in our pan, even it out. And we're going to pop it in here. And this we're going to have to watch, because if we were going by the directions on the cake mix to the letter, then we could bake it for how long it says on here. But we're probably going to have to bake this, look at it, and then test it out, do the toothpick test, and make sure that the batter is all done. And then judge it that way. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven, and you know the drill. You're going to see this beautiful cake in part 2. Bye-bye.